Hey there, welcome back to another review. This time of one of the worst films I have ever fucking seen. I'm talking the type of bad that you only dream about in your worst fucking nightmares. And that movie is The Alien fucking Dead. This movie I've already reviewed before. I tried to do it in the trash cinema thing. We're trying to riff on it. And it wasn't that good because there's not much to riff on this movie. This isn't even a movie you sit down with a bunch of friends with some beers and riff on it. No, this is not one of those, oh, it's so bad it's good. So bad it's laughably, funny and entertaining. No, it's just fucking boring. Unbelievably boring. So boring that you swear to God that time is passing by in slow motion. So boring that the hour and 14-minute running time feels like 7 hours and 14 minutes. That's how boring this movie is. It's an endurance test. That's how boring and uneventful and fucking pointless this film is. It doesn't even have a fucking ending. Okay. Alien Dead is like I said, it's the type of legendary bad movie that you can't believe that this even exists. But not in a good, it's not one of those, oh, I can't believe it even exists. This is so bad and ridiculous. It's fun. No. No. Don't make that mistake. Trust me. It's not worth it. It's not worth the suffering that you're going to experience and you're going to feel while watching this shit. Just to maybe get a couple cheap laughs at how bad this movie is. No. It's not worth it. Trust me. Because I swear to God, I've been to hell and back. Because I've seen Alien Dead. Not once, but fucking twice. And I'm not watching it again. Never again. Unless somebody pays me a shit ton of money. You give me $100, I'll watch the fucking movie again. If not, not happening. Not happening. This movie is like torture to me. It actually hurts. It actually hurts to watch it. And I'll tell you why soon enough, and you'll understand. Swear to God, I'm gonna have PTSD flashbacks about this fucking shit. So anyway, Alien Dead is a 1980 film that's directed by Fred Olen Ray. Good old Fred Olen Ray, who's directed mostly shitty movies. And the first film he directed is a shitty movie. I shouldn't be surprised. I really shouldn't. I'm not. Because I've seen it before. But even though I know what I'm in for, I'm still not prepared. No one can be prepared for this. I mean, I want to give Alien 2 on Earth another half star. I'm doing it. Alien 2 on Earth gets 1 star out of 5 now because it literally looks like an amazing movie. And it's compared to this. This is the worst. I mean, the only other film I could think of that's as bad as this is Howling 7. And for some fucking reason, these two movies have a lot alike. They're very similar. They have very much in common. So I swear to God, I think Alien Dead is Howling 7's grandpappy. Or it's its pappy. Fucking long lost relatives. Alright. Alright. I mean, just talking about Howling 7 is pissing me off. So now I'm reminded, when I'm watching Alien Dead, I'm reminded of another movie that is just as bad, just as shitty, just as soul-suckingly fucking awful. I mean, both movies suck my soul out of my ass, and it makes me feel bad afterwards. It gives me nightmares. They make me want to fucking cry. They make me want to eat my shorts. They make me want to fucking take my pillow and suffocate myself so I don't have to fucking watch it anymore or hear it. So bad both of these movies are. And they have similarities. A lot of them. And here they are. Fuck me. Fuck my life for having to fucking talk about these movies again. Okay, alright. Both movies are cheap. Both movies have no budget. Shitty production values. Both movies have bad acting. Probably it just casted the people in the small town, the small hick town, to be in the movie. Both movies have shitty jokes that don't make any fucking sense. Howard 7 has pneumonia. Get it? And this one has, hey, you're like hey, we make quite a pair. This guy talking to this chick. Like a paraplegic. You get it? Paraplegic. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because there's nothing there! There's no joke there! There's nothing there! It's not a joke! There's nothing funny! There's no punchline! Why? Why are there two movies like this? I don't understand why there's one, let alone two. They both take place in some fucking hick town, USA somewhere. In Howland 7, it took place in a Texan town in the South somewhere. This takes place in somewhere in like the Cajun town, hick town, USA, fucking Florida or something. And Louisiana in the swamp. And they both have bad visual effects, shitty makeup effects. They both have a character named Pappy in it. I can't believe they both have bad directing. They both have shitty editing on both with both aspects of video and audio. They're twins. Alien Dead and Howling 7 are twins. And movies that should have been both been aborted before they were even fucking born and tossed into the fucking incinerator to burn for the hell that they put me through. And anyone else that decides to watch these movies, the hell that it put them through. Fuck. Fuck! Arrgh! This is the type of movie that pisses me off because it's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of time. Waste of your time. It's a waste of your money. All it does is make you feel bad afterwards. Makes you feel dirty. Makes you feel used. It's an hour and 14 minutes. Like I said, it feels like forever. It should have been 10 or 5. This is like the quality of a fan film, but for some reason was stretched out to fucking an hour and 14 minutes. Which is way too fucking long. Because most of the film is just fucking padding. Pointless shit that doesn't add anything to the plot. Or it's just a setup for a shitty zombie attack. Great. And it happens so often that it's predictable. So that it's even more fucking frustrating to sit through. Directed by Fred Olen Ray. It's produced by Fred Olen Ray and Chuck Sumner. It's written by Fred Olen Ray and Martin Allen Nicholas, who both did a shitty job writing it. Who wrote the joke where it's like, oh, they really quite a pair, like paraplegic. Then you have Buster Crabbe in it, which is one of his last roles. And Buster Crabbe is a actor who you might recognize if you're a fan of like the Flash Gordon serials, because he was Flash Gordon. I think he also played Buck Rogers. This is one of his last movies. He plays a sheriff named Sheriff Kowalski, and he's a dick. He's a fucking Cajun sheriff. He's a Cajun cop. He's a fucking cock. Great. This is one of his last films, and he's a cocksucker. He's a fucking dick. Great. Raymond Roberts is in this as Tom Corman, who is just a shitty reporter. That's the only character development. He's a reporter. Great. I don't give a shit. I don't care about what he's trying to write about. I don't give a shit about this character. He can take that typewriter and smack himself upside the head with it. Maybe if he smacked himself on the head a couple times, he'd actually learn how to act. Maybe it triggers some kind of split personality that knows how to act. Because Raymond Roberts, just being Raymond Roberts, being Tom Corman, can't fucking act. Same thing goes for Linda Lewis, plays Shawn Michaels. And yes, it's spelled Shawn Michaels, like SHAWN, Shawn Michaels, which just reminds me of Shawn Michaels from WWE. And I wish Shawn Michaels is in this movie. I really do. I wish Shawn Michaels is in this super kicking zombies in the face. Then it would make it awesomely bad. But no, it's not. It's not. Shawn Michaels is not in this movie, super kicking people and giving them the sweet chin music and telling them to suck it. I wish he was in this. It would still be shitty, but at least it'd have Shawn Michaels in it. But no. We do have Shawn Michaels. but it's played by Linda Lewis, who's another actor of this movie, can't fucking act. Who's just some Cajun tart, who's not even that sexy, doesn't even take her top off, so who fucking cares? Why is she called Shawn Michaels? I want the sweet chin music her in the face myself. Why are you going to yourself Shawn Michaels if you're not going to come out to, I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I mean, come on. Like, if you're not the Heartbreak Kid. Get the fuck out of here. You're not Shawn Michaels. I want the real Shawn Michaels. He'd probably tell this movie to suck it too. He'd be like, hey, Alien Dad, I got 2 words for you. Suck it! Anyway, Shawn Michaels, yeah. George Kelsey plays Emmett Michaels, who's her dad, her pappy. Mike Bonavia plays Miller Hayes. Dennis Underwood plays Deputy Campbell. A whole bunch of other actors and actresses who I don't think ever acted again because they're not actors. And then, of course, you have Shelley Youngren, who plays Angry Wife. She doesn't get a name. She's just Angry Wife. Yeah. It sums it up good. It's fitting because I might as well just I might as well just casted me as Angry Mike because I'm angry because I just fucking watched this shit. I'm angry because I watched this infuriatingly dull and boring and shitty and pathetic and putrid and fucking awful movie called The Alien Dead. This movie will make anybody fucking angry because it's so fucking bad. It just makes you want to punch things. It makes you want to tear the world in half. Just these type of movies are like the bane of my fucking existence. So there's the cast. Who cares? Gives a shit. Music by Franklin Sledge, whose music is so bad that I wanted to break it with a fucking sledgehammer. That I wanted to break this movie with a sledgehammer. And if I could, and if I had the opportunity and the resources to destroy every copy of this fucking movie, I'd do it. And I would be doing the world a service. I'd be doing a good deed. Something this film never did. So all it did was do nothing but fucking misdeeds. Dirty deeds. So you have the music. Sucks. I mean, in the opening credits, which is some of the worst opening credits I've ever seen, it's the cheapest, some of the most cheapest opening credits, and some of the most boring opening credits I've ever seen. And you're like, opening credits, they're not that exciting. No, they're not. But I swear to God, this film does one of the most impossible things ever. It makes opening credits even more boring. So the shitty songs, this shitty fucking score by Sledge, might as well be Sludge. And it's basically it sounds like he stole his little brother's iPhone and then fucked around with the Casio. And then there's other times where it just sounds like a bunch of wind chimes fucking. Seriously. It's like ding 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 ding. It's really what it says. That's close to interpretation of what it sounds like. If wind chimes could fuck, that's what the score sounds like. Bunch of wind chimes fucking wind chimes. Oh, there's those fucking wind chimes again. I mean, they're literally fucking wind chimes. So there's that fucking score. Cinematography for Fennel and Ray's shit. It would be shitography. Editing by Mark Barrett is fucking terrible. It's some of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, there are shots where it just all of a sudden there's just a bad cut. Somebody's talking and they get cut off mid-sentence. There's sequences where there's like something that happens and then it cuts. And it's so fucking bad. It looks like a scene was cut out of the movie. It looks like that's how bad it was cut. It really does. It looks like it was just I don't know how this fucking exists. I don't know how anybody could look at this and be like, yeah, let's throw this in a fucking drive-in theater. Let's release this shit on DVD. Or VHS. And people knew this was bad. Come on, there were movies, there were production companies and VHS releasing companies that knew that this movie was bad. And you know why I know that? Because in order to fucking sell it, one company actually had to lie to anyone who's gonna rent or buy this shit. And how do they do that? They released a cover, VHS cover art, that was literally just the poster of the Evil Dead. Yeah. They just put the Evil Dead poster on there, put Alien Dead as the title, and just said, there you go. To convince people to buy or rent this shit. Because even they knew that nobody was going to fucking buy it. Nobody's going to be interested in this shit. And then, so they just basically just made it try to look like the Evil Dead. So they could hopefully confuse the fuck out of people enough where they're like, oh, I've heard about this movie. It's supposed to be really good. And they basically just fuck with people. Which is bullshit. Which is fucking aggravating. Just as much as this fucking movie is. The fact that there were people out there that might have picked up this movie because they had the Evil Dead poster. And then they watched this movie and then they went through a certain amount of time in their lives where they thought the Evil Dead was a piece of shit movie. But in reality, they watched the Alien Dead. I can't even make this shit up. It's real. I'm not making it up. I really, it's true. Here. You see what I mean now? Now my stomach is growling. My stomach's like, yeah. Movie gives me indigestion just talking about it. So yeah, you have that fucking cover art, which is just Evil Dead with Alien Dead on it. And editing is bad. Sound editing is also really bad. Like I said, audio cut off randomly out of nowhere. There's a lot of sequences where it just looks like it was shot as a TV movie and they just spliced it and cut it in pieces to just fit commercials. But that never happens. So it's really confusing. It's not a TV movie. Why the fuck is there like moments where it fades out and cuts? Like we're waiting for a fucking commercial. I wish there were commercials. I wish there were vintage commercials in this because they would definitely be better than the fucking movie. And what's the plot? What's the plot, you say? Okay, the plot is just about as bad as everything else in the movie because there's barely any plot. There's a fucking meteor that crashes or something, and it's a Florida hick town, or somewhere near a houseboat boat in a swamp somewhere, and it infects some people. They turn into zombies that look pretty shitty. It's where just a bunch of townspeople again. Where the director's like, hey, you want to be in a movie? You want to be some zombies? Yeah, sure, I'll be a zombie. I'll be a zombie for your movie. Oh, yeah. Oh, go Gators. And so they're the zombies that suck. And there's barely any zombies in this. They're there, but they don't do much. The zombie attacks are shitty because of a $12,000 budget. So why did you make this movie if you only had $12,000? Why'd you make a 100-hour, 14-minute film? If you had $12,000, you could make a 10-minute movie that would have been 10 times better. Because you would have been able to use your resources better. You would have been able to do more because you have 10 minutes. And you could have more zombies, you have more violence, you have more gore. But no, none of that. There's gore in this, but it's really tame. It just looks like a bunch of just people just coughing up ketchup or hot sauce. That's it. There's like a guy who's like cut in half later. I mean, and before it was really weird because his wife shows up and basically commits domestic abuse on him, smacks him in the ass with a frying pan. It's like, hey, go cut that wood, or next time I'm gonna smack you on the head. I'm like, what? That's domestic abuse. What is going on here? If you have to smack your husband on the ass with a frying pan to get him to chop some wood, there's a problem. Maybe you need to find somebody else in your relationship. I know she's an old fart, but come on. I mean, you can start anew. Divorce his ass if he's that fucking lazy. So, then, you just see the guy cut in half a little bit, but it's basically all it is a cheap effect where they just have like a shitty dummy on the ground, some leaves over it. Zombies try to eat it. There's other stubborn zombies. go after some people. There's like a zombie that attacks some girl in a fucking night, but it's a day for night shot. Once again, to show you in bold lettering, to shout out loud, you're watching a cheap ass movie. Then they're shot and zombies are underwater, and there's for no reason, just because. There's one where the zombies pop up out of the water, and I swear to God, one of the zombies, played by a woman, she glances around like she's looking for directions from the director. Like, now I should go down into the water now. Okay, should go underwater. All right. So bad this movie is. There's shots in it you could tell that directions are being given by the director, or there's shit that should be in a blooper reel that's kept in the movie. Like there's a scene where there's this woman who's a cashier at the store, and this is the same woman who this fucking stupid cop guy is going around saying, "Hey, we make quite a pair, don't we? Like pair of police." That fucking guy. And so he's talking to her, and there's a random scene where she basically just looks at the camera, smiles, and laughs. And then it cuts back to like nothing ever happened. Was this movie a fucking joke? I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Because it's not funny. You don't do this to people. You don't fucking waste people's time like this. With your shitty movie. So, and it just pisses me off that you have that kind of shit in the movie. Where it's like, look at the camera, laugh. Like it's supposed to be some good old time with some good old boys. And it's not. It's so bad and boring that there were scenes where I swear to God, this guy's going to a fucking corner store. And he's talking to the guy who owns the store. And there's a Dr. Pepper bottle on the table. And I'm like, Dr. Pepper. I'd rather be drinking Dr. Pepper right now. Dr. Pepper sounds pretty good. I'm focusing on the fucking Dr. Pepper bottle. And then I'm focusing on the bag of charcoal briquettes. Briquettes that is in the right-hand corner of the screen. And I'm thinking about having a barbecue where I grill this movie till it fucking melts, and then I take another grill and I grill some ribs, and I grill some fucking delicious kebabs, and I grill some burgers and some hot dogs, and I have a party. And I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, ribs and barbecue. Why can't I be having a barbecue right now instead of watching this fucking movie? So, that's how bad it is. I'm fantasizing about having a fucking barbecue in my backyard while I'm watching the movie. There's random scenes where it's just Pappy and Shawn Michaels take the reporter guy and they have dinner. That's it. It's fucking pointless. He talks about some giant possums or some shit. Fucking whoop-de-fucking-doo. Bunch of dumbass hicks go and try to hunt some gators. Don't care. Bunch of dumbass hicks are in an RV and they're smoking a joint. Can I have one? And for some reason, this movie is chock full of irritating, annoying, badly recorded, badly made, bluegrass country music. And that was the scariest thing out of this entire movie, folks. The scariest moments in the film for me were every time you had this fucking country music. And there was a zombie attack in one, and the song just will not end. It keeps on going. Like the whole song plays throughout the zombie attack. And I'm not even scared of the zombies. I'm just like, oh my God, no! Just shut up the country music! Fuck, I can't do it. I can't take this. No. I can't do it. God, stop it. Stop it. My ears are bleeding. God, I think my head's gonna explode. Stop the fucking country music. Fuck. And it's the type of really bad twangy country music. Where it's like, oh my baby left me in the morning. I'm like, this movie, it caused me pain. Emotionally and physically. It made me cry. It wasn't tears of joy. Well, there was some tears of joy when the movie was finally over. But for the most part, it's just tears of despair and pain. Just thinking about it is just pain. Nothing but pain! Pain and suffering! That's all I get from the Evil Dead. I mean, the Alien Dead. See, I want to talk about the Evil Dead. I want to watch can I watch the Evil Dead? Can I talk about the Evil Dead? No, I need to keep talking about the Alien Dead? Fuck! Okay. Alright. So, alright, okay, going back to... It's forgettable, too. I don't remember what the fuck... When, what happened, and where... So, you have the zombies attack with fucking country music. Even the scene where they're smoking a joint. It's the country music that's playing. And all these sequences drag on way too fucking long. I mean, if you totaled up the zombie attacks, it maybe equals, I don't know, fucking 10 minutes? Maybe 15? Not even that. I don't even think it's even 10 minutes. It's like 5 minutes at most. Most of the stuff is just padding and shit. It's just nothing but shit! And then more shit! And then piss! And then cum! And then snot! And then vomit! Then anal juice! Diarrhea! Just, ugh! So, I guess the zombies then go in and attack some people. Our two leads go in and meet up with this sheriff guy, and they go in and talk to this one woman in her home, which nobody believed her because she's the first one that said that this thing crashed and there's the zombies. Everyone thought she was crazy, and then randomly after she's done with her story, you find out she's infected too. What? What? Of course, a shitty flashback of what you saw, which is fucking terrible. It looks like a fucking kite crashed in a lake. And then you have the ending. Which makes no fucking sense. There's these two leads, Shawn Michaels and Roy, are on a fucking boat. And the sheriff guy is there. Sheriff Kowalski shows up near the end of the movie and they're on the boat. And then they were at night on the boat at night earlier, and then it turns to day. Sheriff Kowalski meets up with them, and they're still on the boat. And then it cuts, and there's a zombie that jumps out of the lake, and then end credits. With more fucking country music. That's the ending! I don't even know what the fuck happened! There's no resolution! There's nothing! That's why it's so fucking pointless! That's why it's so frustrating! That's why it's so aggravating! That's why this movie's so fucking bad it makes me want to punch things! That's why you feel used after you watch this movie! That's why you feel like you've been abused. Because you were! Because you watched this movie and there's nothing. You don't get anything in return. The best thing about this film, folks, is the sense of euphoria that you get when you realize that it's over. Oh my god, it's over! I thought this was going to last forever. I thought it was in hell. And then it ends. And you're like, no, I'm not in hell. I'm still alive. Thank God. Hallelujah. The Alien Dead is over. That's the best thing about this movie. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's like when you eat like a fucking extremely hot fucking pepper. Or eat some of the most spiciest hot sauce ever. And the sense of euphoria you get afterwards is pretty amazing. It's not worth it. It's not worth the fire in your mouth and the fire in your ass later. Just for that little fleeting bit of euphoria. So trust me, folks. Don't fucking watch this movie. Don't do it. Don't do it on a dare. The only time you should ever watch The Alien Dead is if somebody pays you. And I'm not talking like $5, $1. Somebody pays you $100 to watch it, fine. But it better be in the $100 area, because other than that, it's not fucking worth it. Trust me. It's not. I've seen the film twice now. Both times are some of the most miserable experiences I've ever had watching a movie. Even titties don't save it. I see plenty that's not titties. Save the movie. Besides, if I want titties, I just watch porn. I watch a better horror film that has titties in it. That isn't the Alien fucking Dead. Which is more like the Alien Derp. Derp, 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 derpy derp. An Alien Derp. Because it's fucking cheap. It's stupid. It's low. It's a low blow. Fuck the Alien Dead. I really don't know what to say about this fucking movie. I didn't want to talk about it for fucking 30 minutes. But, you know, I had to rant on it. I had to vent on it. This is the final fucking nail in the coffin, so to speak. Comes to the Alien fucking Dead. Rated at 5. It gets nothing. There's no stars to give to this movie. I don't give this film anything but disdain and hate and fucking middle fingers. Fuck you, Alien Dead, for wasting my fucking time. That's all I give it. 2 middle fingers up. And a foot up its fucking ass. Anyway, thank you for watching my rant on the Alien Dead. And I'll see you guys later. See.